And here we go with the second half. Tennessee versus Alabama here at the SCRC Collegiate Championship in Strom Rugby Field in beautiful South Carolina. Sean Killebrew, Ken McCarthy on the call. Ken, what do you see coming into this second half here? I heard you talking a little bit earlier before we came back on about Tennessee going to be a dominating force.
Yeah, just you get a feeling that Tennessee look pretty fit, and I think that they're going to be anxious to put this game away in the second half. But Alabama is certainly not going to go away. And from the kickoff, Tennessee were penalized. I'm not sure what the infringement was, but the Alabama's moved back into Tennessee territory, and hopefully they took the halftime, the time of the break to revive, and they're ready to go again. The Tennessee line out, a lot of movement, and ball finally in. Tennessee don't contest it, so they after the Alabama back line, and they start the one-up pound again.
Had a chance to talk with Gamecock Brian Keown, their kicker slash, we would say the MVP of the last game, as he was instrumental in the success of the Gamecocks' victory there. He said he is really looking forward to Tennessee winning this rugby match so he can get that much anticipated rematch tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're looking to weren't happy with losing the game recently to Tennessee, put it that way, and they'd like to get another shot at them, I believe.
Yeah, Tennessee and South Carolina matched up, and it came close. It was 25-19 in favor of the Volunteers, and that finished out the regular season. And the Volunteers finished it at 7-1, South Carolina finished at 7-1, 5-1 for the SCRC conference, and second in the Eastern Division, where Tennessee took over that first seed. Definitely looking to remedy that loss there.
Alabama go right on the attack here. Talk about Tennessee playing Carolina, but Alabama's not going to go away. They're not listening to us. Good strong running still from Alabama. They're controlling the ball, and whatever they got the ball, Tennessee won't get many opportunities.
Yeah, this is the Crimson Tide's second postseason appearance. Tennessee's third, South Carolina's third postseason appearance. Alabama's got a lot to prove. They're looking for that championship and those bragging rights coming into next year as well.
Yeah, Alabama are content here just to inch their way forward, and on attack, if you can continue to go forward, there's good pressure, good support. Alabama closing in on the Tennessee line, and they have scored again early on in the second half. So this is a little bit of a repeat of the first half. Alabama go up 15-10 here early on with just the play clock hasn't started here at Strom Field. So we're just minutes into the second half, and Alabama have regained the lead. 15 points to 10 with the conversion to come. Tennessee players regrouping, talking about the position they're in, and
should be a pretty easy kick here for number 22 on the Tide. Oh, and he swings it left.
Pulls it across the uprights and misses the conversion. So the score remains Alabama 15, Tennessee 10. Tennessee finished the first half strong and looking to get back into it. Alabama have regained the lead. Alabama continued to control the ball just with strong individual runs. They'll keep it out of Tennessee's hands, then they'll be hard to beat. Here it goes again. It's a close pass, close run. Control the ball. Yep, and they've turned it over. Tennessee quick onto that ruck. The ball on the ground, but Nick Dekliski picks it up well.
Tennessee looking to make their second.
Nice little offload there. Tennessee continued to attack the Alabama line, so quickly from one end of the field to the other.
Will be Tennessee's second try if it's successful. And then looking at a successful conversion kick, they could take the lead.
Tennessee have turned it back over to Alabama. Alabama try and kick it out of their territory, and Jacob Rule picks it up for Tennessee, but not a good pass. The referee will rule. I believe a ball was knocked forward, and Alabama will get to restart play with a scrum around about 5 yards into their own half.
Let's go, UT!
Jacob Rule there, number 15 for the Volunteers. Tried to give it the old one-armed undersling, just shy of a lateral pass, and
got away from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tennessee driving forward have given away, have won possession of the ball. The penalty against the Alabama team. Quick tap and go. Bit of scrappy play here, but Tennessee retained possession. At 10. Nick Dekliski runs it up again. Gaining ground, maintaining possession, going forward. The pass goes to ground. Alabama quickly on the counter attack. The kick is
deflected.
Run into by Luke Dyson, and the ball goes into touch. It'll still be an Alabama ball, but he slowed the Alabama counter attack. Line out one by Alabama. And a nice break. Not a very good attempted tackle. Another not very good attempted tackle. Alabama making a lot of ground well down into the Tennessee half. Just a result of poor tackling by Tennessee.
Not one, but two at least botched tackles for Tennessee there, as the ball basically reverses field, and we look at a possible attack and try by Alabama here.
Yeah, it's interesting, Sean. I'm not sure how many teams. About 50% of the play in most games is defense. You about split possession, and I'm not sure that teams spend 50% of their time practicing defense. But it's the discipline in defense is very, very critical to a game. Trying to run it out from their 22 here, and the man's been isolated in the tackle. Good support here.
Looks like we got the play clock back. We're looking at 26:20 left in this half.
Tennessee now going forward. Good support. Controlling possession. Going forward. Alabama player was being penalised for hands in the ruck. Or going offside probably. Going in from the side by the look of it.
going. Let's keep it going.
If you're just joining us, it's the SCRC Championship here in Columbia, South Carolina. Tennessee versus the Alabama Roll Tide, Crimson Tide, excuse me, in the championship match here to see who faces South Carolina tomorrow. The qualifying teams in the nation will go to Charlotte, North Carolina, in their new state-of-the-art rugby athletic center there, looking for the championship in the nation.
Tennessee again. Into a maul, making ground off the maul. Continue to drive forward. Alabama cannot pull the maul to the ground. Tennessee, number 8 goes to ground. Ball now. Luke Dyson into the back line. On the blind side. Tennessee throwing the ball around now. They want to wear the Alabama team down. The more phases of play they can put together, the more they'll wear them down and they'll find a breach in the defense. But they've turned the ball over.
Alabama with a penalty.
The referee didn't.
Bringing the ball to midfield.
Tennessee players questioning the referee, so they penalised another 10 yards, another 10 metres.
Go, Vols. Let's get it back.
It's not good to challenge the referee.
And Alabama will use it to kick for touch.
Almost unique in rugby, Sean,
It'll be
that
worn the line out.
the referee is the law, and that you don't challenge the referee in rugby. It's his decision is final, and it very, very rarely works in your favour to question him.
It would seem like to be a referee in a rugby match, you would definitely be the most alert on the field and be watching every little aspect and be able to and know the rules and the ins and outs of the game so well that on the slightest little tick you'd be able to call it. So you almost have to give it to him.
It's a very challenging position. It's the referee not only has to know the laws of the game, but
Penalty advantage awarded to Alabama.
oftentimes use his discretion. Does it actually affect play or not affect play, and how egregious is it? The referee is letting play flow pretty well in this game. Doing a very good job. Alabama maintaining possession here, and they'll run it up. Try and find a chink in this Tennessee defense. Number 1, Colin Thule, running it up for Tennessee. Now, Jack Murphy. Alabama big boys putting in a lot of work today. Number 4, Wyatt Viska. Now out to their back line, but pass behind.
And with the knock on by
The
Alabama,
fatigue is
Actually
showing.
awarded Tennessee.
Okay, Pack, this is on.
Showing on these athletes'
Terry
faces
Roberts
here. They
stepping
have
out of the background, out of the back line, and knocked the ball forward.
some substitutions being made.
Tennessee deciding it's time to
Bring in some fresh blood, some
yes, change the game some. It's 21 minutes left in the first half, so Tennessee needs to get on top of it. Tennessee having a little trouble at the back of the scrum and has turned over to Alabama. They had control. This time the tackle takes it out of the Alabama hands.
And we'll bring it back to the penalty. Forward pass.
got a couple of young children here on the sidelines, and one of them has inadvertently kicked a rugby ball onto the field.
Alabama, though,
Scrum
retaining
down, awarded
possession.
Alabama.
Tennessee's not getting the possession they need to
UT,
this
let's
game
push
to tie up
back.
this game or go ahead with a converted try. They're struggling to get possession. Good push by Tennessee again, but and they have
Play
got
right.
the turnover from the scrum. Good ruck technique there. Tennessee are now driving forward. And he's going to penalise a Tennessee player who went to the ground with the ball and tackle and did not release the ball.
Penalty awarded to Alabama. Holding on to the ball.
Yeah, number 22 there for the Volunteers was holding on, white-knuckling the ball as he was being dragged down the field after the tackle, which is against the rules in this game. As the ball goes into touch here on the left side.
Alabama will kick for touch and receive the line out inside.
Zone McCulloch just made it into touch. So Alabama restart play. The line out right on the Tennessee 22. Alabama going with a four-man line out. They win their line out. Holding onto the ball. Trying to get back to the gain line. Some driving tackling though from Tennessee. They're starting to realize the urgency of this game.
Under 20 minutes left in this match. The winner will
Jack
face
Murphy again.
South Carolina tomorrow in the
Strong
championship.
running by the Alabama big boys. And back to Colin Thule pounding it up. The Alabama tight five have done a lot of work today.
Alabama looking for any opportunity to break through for a try.
Referee calling out one of the Tennessee players here. We've seen it. The hand goes in the pocket. Sean looks like the yellow card, but he's
That's it.
finally found it. Not sure
Yellow
what
card is
the
awarded. Number 19,
It's our
Tennessee.
fourth yellow card for the day, the first one of this particular
Tennessee now
game.
man down inside their own
that
22.
just makes it that much more difficult for Tennessee.
Not only are they down in points, they're down in numbers in an effort to try to stop this Crimson Tide from rolling all over them.
There you go. Ball back, and the Alabama forwards are just happy to inch it up. Controlling the ball, controlling possession, going forward. And there they are. They've finally cracked the line, and
It's going to bring your score up to
fourth try of the day against one for Tennessee. So the score goes to Alabama 20, Tennessee 10.
pending the conversion kick. You're looking 22 to 10 in favor of Alabama, who has
Alabama 20, Tennessee 10.
dominated the ball out there on the field today.
Just some strong, hard running by the Alabama forwards is in Tennessee back.
They found a strategy early on in this matchup and have stuck with it. Just a pitch and run, and inch their way up the field as Eric Johnson sets up for the conversion kick, and it is just
A little wide.
far to the right.
Different game to what we saw the first game, Sean, where Carolina focused on throwing the ball wide and running the Mississippi State defense off their feet.
This
Getting
game,
the overlap out wide on many occasions, whereas the Alabama team are just pounding it up and happy to get just what they can from each possession. But whenever they're going forward and controlling possession, Tennessee can't win.
And Tennessee kicks off to Alabama.
and that is showing on the scoreboard.
Inside their 22.
Just over 16 and a half minutes left in this matchup. Still a close.
Ball being turned over now. Tennessee have an opportunity as they pound away. Spreading it wide quickly. Little flick pass backwards. Tennessee making good ground. Quick try here. There's still 16 minutes to go in this game, so it's absolutely nowhere near over.
The game is definitely tight enough that it still could be anybody's win. Scores 20-10. Second half here in Columbia, South Carolina for the SCRC Championship matchup.
The referee ruling that the ball wasn't coming out of that ruck, and that Tennessee going forward, so they'll have the ball.
Let's go, Pack!
Coach Marty Bradley, I think, trying to decide if there's going to be a substitution here. Which there is.
With a substitution for Tennessee, we're now scrubbing down.
Looks like he substituted out Kerry Roberts there.
I think Tennessee are getting pretty close to the full complements of substitutes and trying to turn this game with some fresh legs. Tennessee, good control of this ball, pushing the scrum forward. Here they go, attacking the line. Good solid defense so far from Alabama. They need to spread wide quickly.
There it is.
Kapluski bounces off the first tackle and over the try line. Brings the score. Alabama 20, Tennessee 15. The kick to come. 13.5 minutes still left in the game, so lots of time.
Lots of time and almost a completely fresh team wearing the gray and orange today. Coming up against Alabama, who has made far fewer substitutions but have still dominated the ball out there. And Luke Dyson set for the conversion kick. Through the upright.
Kick is good.
And the kick is good. Tennessee comes back. Now 17-20.
20-17, your new score in favor of Alabama here on Strom Rugby Field in South Carolina. We have just over 12 minutes left in this match, as Alabama has really shown what they can do as far as a team is concerned, and their conditioning and their discipline have been on point.
Yeah, Tennessee quick
Alabama with
to
a kickoff.
put those 7 points back on the board. So
Tennessee recovers, goes to ground.
Alabama, they can get control of the ball for longer periods of time, and they have. They've turned it over. Tennessee's Simon Bedoya runs it up. Number 5, Kerry Roberts. Good control of the ball. 15, Jacob Rule. Logan McNeil with the ball this time. Number 4, Wyatt Bisker. Jack Murphy for Alabama.
Alabama doing very well.
Alabama, they turn over the ball. Alabama's Logan McNeil looks to be injured, and Tennessee quickly jumping on an opportunity to get it back down. The Alabama end of the half.
And this fresh Tennessee team moving the ball past the half-field mark. Definitely showing an improved effort after the substitutions.
And the penalty awarded to Tennessee.
Ruck infringement there by Alabama, and coming in from the back of the ruck. Tennessee setting up again.
Good clean kick there by the Volunteers as it goes into touch, and they will move up for the line out and attempt their next attack. Plenty of time left to close up the gap here and potentially take the lead.
Tennessee control their own line out. Tempted them all, but strong driving tackling by Alabama, but the referee is penalized to Alabama, is playing advantage to Tennessee. Let's see what they do with it here.
Pushing the ball way out to the right there, trying to get that wide attack. Running right into a wall of defenders, though.
Still a Tennessee ball there.
Doing very well to maintain possession.
A little wider from Tennessee now. They're going to try and find a breach in the defense. And it's knocked backwards by Tennessee, the referee rules. But Alabama still take possession of the ball. The referee has ruled that the Tennessee player cannot reach in and take the ball from the ruck. And keep your hands out of the ruck. Little relief for Alabama.
8.5 minutes left on the clock as the ball's going to come right to our table.
And those 8.5 minutes can't go quickly enough for Alabama. The Alabama line out here. Referee is ruling timeout as placements come in for Tennessee.
Volunteers taking full advantage of their substitution opportunities to do anything they can against this Crimson Tide.
Referee allows that one to go. No, he calls it back, not in straight.
Volunteer number 22 looking for the referee to call that one there as he saw the infraction immediately.
Tennessee six-man line out. Controlled by Tennessee. Out to the back line now. A cut-out pass. Good defense by Alabama, though. Still haven't made it over the gain line, but pass goes to ground. They fumble around for it, but Tennessee comes back up with it. They're working the blind side. Tennessee forwards are getting to the ball quicker than Alabama right now. Alabama forwards are tired from a lot of work today. They are not going to let this one go easily. And a good tackle. The referee is penalising the Alabama player for coming into the side of the ruck, being offside.
Tennessee now inside Alabama territory.
Let's go, UT!
Ball moving steadily back and forth.
And Into 5.5 minutes now, and Tennessee is going to attempt to tie the game with a penalty kick here, sir.
Tennessee has elected to go for points. With the kick roughly 45 meters out, center field.
Huh?
Tennessee post up, they get 2 men up in front of the ruck. That's illegal.
Tennessee looking for the tying score here, as pending this kick success will grant them 3 points.
On kick, it's for 40 meters.
He's got a slight breeze at his back.
I believe this is Andrew Sayers.
A hush falls over the crowd as the kick is good.
Successful, and that ties the game up.
Tennessee comes back and ties it up. 20 even.
No, we're down, UT. No.
5 minutes to go.
That was their second 3-point kick of the day.
Alabama put 4 tries up against Tennessee's 2, but the game is tied.
4 minutes left in the game. I think it's about to crack down. We're going to see some hard hits coming up.
We need another one.
Ball knocked back by Tennessee, so they retain possession.
Still good.
Second prong line of attack there, but
Lee Bogich on the carry. And the kick.
his kick is out on the full, so it'll be
The
returned.
ball is kicked out by Tennessee. Just
Got
short
the
of
halfway
midfield.
halfway line here.
Awarded to Alabama.
Be an Alabama line out to restart play. A 4-man line out by Alabama. Tennessee matching up.
Let's get it orange.
Referee not happy with it being straight.
Line out is not straight.
Tennessee choose
Tennessee will have the option,
All right, Pack, let's go. Let's
and they
go.
will choose to go for the line out. Now Tennessee ball at midfield.
It's
Tennessee chosen to go with a 6-man line out. Bring it down and straight into a maul, but the maul comes to the ground. Ball being thrown out wide by Tennessee. Alabama defense holds. And I just wonder how tired those Alabama boys are, Sean. They've turned the ball over.
yeah, you can only
Good
imagine.
Ooh, high pass, but it stays with the Alabama 15. Good support. Those front rowers coming all the way across the field. They are putting in an effort. The referee is going to penalise Tennessee for putting the ball in the, for holding onto the ball in the ruck, but the quick tap by Alabama. Hands in the ruck by Tennessee, I'd say he'd be called out again, and perhaps a yellow card on this one for a second infringement. One on top of the other.
And a second yellow card is awarded to Tennessee.
2 yellow cards today for Tennessee. And we haven't seen very many, if any, substitutions for the Crimson
Alabama
Tide.
don't even want to kick it out and take the line out. They're just going to run it and
Ball.
try and control into the last minute here. They will try and just run the play up and control the ball, I think, and kill this time. There they go, 1 man at a time. Lining up together here. The forward pack, their tight 5, have played extremely well. They're controlling the ball. Tennessee trying to get the turnover, but while Alabama's got that support and are going forward, it's going to be very difficult to take the ball off them. They've tried this, scored a try from it before. Now they're throwing it out wide. Inside pass to number 3, Jack Murphy. Alabama pressing the line.
This could be the final attempt, the final try here. The play clock has run out.
Tennessee defense is holding.
Due to
Tennessee and Alabama
There's
have
a
knocked the
knock
ball
by
on.
Alabama. The ball will turn over to Tennessee. They will scrum down at the 5-meter mark.
play clock has run out, but due to an injury earlier in the game, time has been added to the end of this half. As Tennessee is...
Alabama now need to really focus on their defense and get that last little bit of last effort to hold these Tennessee boys.
This will be their last attempt at this part of the field, unless something magical happens.
And Tennessee's going to throw everything into this attack. There they go.
Nope.
The kick is run down by Alabama.
And number 20 for the Crimson Tide took a ball right in the face after the kick.
22. Kick to restart play.
Tennessee comes out to the 22.
Think about this one a minute. How are they going to restart play? What are they going to do? Alabama just wants to take this ball and control the clock. A long kick.
Tennessee kicks away and Alabama recovers.
One-handed
Near
pass there,
their
but
22
they... No. Oh, not the time.
Not the mistake you want to see this close to the end of the game on Alabama's part. A
tackling
botch
Tennessee out over the sideline.
with a botched throw.
Alabama ball, but Tennessee well into Alabama's territory. Referee resetting it. It's Alabama just 4 men in the line. Yep. Now they knock it on. The Alabama number 8 takes the ball from the line out. Tennessee on the attack.
Quick-handed Josh Landon there for the Volunteers, grabbing that ball up after it was grounded.
Tennessee now pounding away. Ball thrown wide. Nick Dukliski.
Nice dig in back to the right to shake that defender.
Alabama defense holding there. But you wonder for how long, as hard as they've worked today.
Tennessee pushing forward with relatively fresh players.
Tennessee driving forward. And it's a penalty against the Tennessee players for diving into the ruck.
Ah.
And a penalty is awarded to Alabama.
Cannot go to ground.
Not what they were looking for sure. That is going to kill their attack efforts going into the end of this game.
Alabama players on their haunches. They're out of energy. Ball
Clean
to
kick.
touch.
And they will have the line out inside the 22.
Go, UT, let's get this! We're here!
Jonathan Brothers set for the throw.
5-man line at this time by Alabama. Alabama win the ball.
Taking it wide.
Alabama recovers and kicks away. Space.
Lee Boggich there on the catch.
Recovers on the outside.
Tackled by the Alabama chase, but Tennessee have the ball.
Tennessee still with possession.
field clock has run out, but I'm not sure when the referee's clock is going to run out here. Tennessee continue to pound the ball, keeping it in close for now.
Trying to draw more of those Crimson Tide players in so they get a break for the wide to the right there. They can make a better effort for the try. Here it is.
Ball's coming out wider.
Tennessee now inside the 22.
These Alabama players will not give up the
Trying to break away.
Tennessee
Forward pick
again
and go by the
attacking right
forwards.
on the line, pounding it in, controlling possession. And the Alabama players
Getting on the
down,
And
outside.
there it is.
still not over the line yet.
Wyatt Visca with the possession there on the Tennessee side.
And the ball is held up.
Referee ruling that the ball is not.
Tennessee dives in that the ball is held up by Alabama.
Just a valiant effort, though, for the Volunteers on that one, pushing it forward, inching it, just trying to punch that ball into there for the try, and Alabama's just
Pounding
not
away at the
having it.
Alabama line, and Alabama are not ready to give up as an Alabama substitute comes onto the field.
Time stop for the injury. Tennessee will resume with a scrum at 5 meters out.
One of the first substitutions I've seen for Alabama side. They've done very well with their starting lineup here and maintaining their discipline on the ball, and their endurance is shown out here on the field today.
Great effort by both teams today. Tennessee ball 5 meters out from the Alabama line. Watch the number 8 coming around this side. The blind side is create an
Tennessee
overlap
put in.
if they.
Still in
Just
possession.
gonna push
Tennessee
it.
gets it out.
Good defense by Alabama, good tackling.
And strong defense by Alabama. Taking it back in through the middle.
Tennessee's not giving up, but neither is Alabama here as the ball is relatively in the same spot.
And the ruck collapses.
The referee calls full time. Game
That is the
over.
end of regulation time.
Score tied,
remains at
20 to 20.
We now go to overtime.
And unprecedented for the day, we're going into overtime. Our first game of the day, South Carolina versus Mississippi State, was very one-sided, 55-7 in favor of the Gamecocks there. And going into overtime with Alabama versus Tennessee, the game has actually been pretty balanced. Alabama has 4 successful tries to Tennessee's 2 successful tries, but Tennessee has tied the game with 2 free kicks and 2 successful conversion kicks. Looking here at this tied game going into overtime is incredible. We're going to see which team wants this win more and wants to go into the championship game tomorrow against the Gamecocks.
Followed by another 10-minute period.
In the overtime, sure,
Go from there based on overtime policy.
they
But there will
retoss the
be-
coin to decide which direction you're going to run, and then it's 10 minutes each way. So we've got 20 more minutes of rugby to play, and it's a battle.
By 2 very, very deserving teams.
Yeah, the favored Tennessee team against an Alabama #1 from the East, Tennessee #1 from the East, and Alabama #2 from the West, but neither one is going to give up. Alabama are regrouping and Trying to re-energize over there.
And just a reminder to all of our fans and spectators out here, during the 5-minute break, we do have event t-shirts on sale for $15.
Very, very interesting game and very different from the first game.
Very different. We're going to take a quick break here on ASBN, coachesaid.com. Sean Killebrew, Ken McCarthy calling the game here today at the SCRC Championships in South Carolina. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Strom Rugby Field here in beautiful Columbia, South Carolina. We're going into overtime for our second game of the day. Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Tennessee Volunteers. Your score going out of the game was 20-20. 4 successful tries for Alabama, 2 successful tries and conversion kicks for Tennessee, and 2 penalty kicks, free kicks for 3 points each for Tennessee, tying our game up. Going into overtime here, Ken McCarthy on color, Sean Killebrew here, play-by-play. Ken, tell us about overtime and how the rules are going to work.
Well, Sean, it's going to be 10 minutes each way, and they'll hopefully come up with a result at the end of that 10 minutes. At the end of that 20 minutes, and have a victor. But I'll tell you what, as the temperature goes down here in Columbia, the match heat has not gone down. Alabama just will not give up, and Tennessee will not give up. So it's a great battle here. Very different from the first game, which was a blowout, but 20-20, and these boys are tired. But neither one of them are willing to concede. So
I think we're going to see
great effort by both Tennessee Volunteers and the Alabama Crimson Tide trying to get into that finals match for tomorrow. So we'll see what this next 20 minutes bring. Alabama are going to be kicking off, running downfield, downwind, but Tennessee came back strong in both halves. Alabama have outscored them 4 tries to 2, but the Tennessee kickers have kept them in the game.
The temperature is steadily dropping here in Columbia, South Carolina, on the campus of the Gamecocks. And we started out the day pretty chilly. It was about 35, and now we're coming back around. It's dropping below the 50s to finish out this matchup today. It's definitely going to weigh on these players, as Alabama did not make really any substitutions the entire game, so their players are definitely worn out and fatigued out here against some relatively fresher Volunteer players. So it's going to be an interesting matchup as we go into the first half of overtime.
And the kick is
Kick
good.
by Alabama.
Tennessee recovers.
the Tennessee player
Flag is
has
up.
barely gone into touch, and it'll be an Alabama ball
Tennessee
here.
taken out by Alabama, still playing the ball. Line out is awarded to
About
Alabama.
15 or 20 meters into the Tennessee half. Four-man line out. Tennessee, Alabama have lost the ball to Tennessee from their line out.
Getting out wide to the back.
Tennessee immediately throwing it wide. Some aggressive
Ball goes
tackling by
backwards.
Alabama
Tennessee
there.
recovers, approaching midfield.
Some strong running by Tennessee in close.
The fans are on their feet. We're on our feet.
Little switch play. Now it's coming out wide. Alabama appear to have the
Tennessee out wide
defense to
again,
combat
now
it.
approaching the 22.
And they've made the turnover.
Alabama gets the turnover, running outside.
Holding it on with one hand, which is dangerous.
Coach
But
it, coach it. Hold on.
Alabama hold on to it.
Get up, get up.
Now they go back to the preferred style. Oh, they're throwing it wide this time.
Back across midfield. Tennessee
I think
gets
we're going to
it
see
away.
that play out throughout this overtime. That both teams
One to
looking
go.
for the
and a
wide game.
Great step by the Alabama player as he goes
the
over
score.
under the post. Looks like he's injured himself on the play, but great counter-attacking by
For the first
Alabama
try
and
in
Renner.
overtime.
They changed their strategy to throwing it wide and have scored immediately.
Definitely a good change on their part, it would seem. Let's see if Tennessee can come up with something to combat it. Otherwise, they will not be playing tomorrow against South Carolina and not in Charlotte for the national championships. Be losing the sun here in just a few more minutes as the day winds to a close, and so to this first day of championship games.
As we look around, the hands are going in the pocket and the hot chocolates are coming out.
Everyone trying to stay warm for at least 17 more minutes as they
Conversion is successful, so
27-20. 7 minutes to go with the first half.
Alabama currently up 27-20. Tennessee, though, they'll be right back. They will not give up.
Alabama has been very good on the attack. They've been very successful with their moving forward and getting the try. That's their 5th successful try of the day.
Come on, balls. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
We got
One of the Tennessee players down getting his,
Time is stopped for an injury.
looks like he's got cramps.
getting an update from another game going on, Alabama versus Mississippi State in the second quarter. Alabama up 12-0, 7:45 left in that quarter.
I believe, too, in the SEC, Sean, that Carolina came back in overtime to beat Florida.
I believe you're right. A very big win here for
UT.
the college town in South Carolina.
Steve Spurrier in the swamp.
Nice.
Ball batted back by Tennessee.
Well done.
They're moving down into Alabama territory here.
To clarify that game, Gamecocks came back with
Ball's
23 to
turned over
20.
by Tennessee, though. And
23 to 20 in overtime. The Gamecocks beat the Florida Gators.
Awarded to Alabama.
Alabama
Still in
is
possession.
holding on to possession, kicking it down
Alabama kicks away. Empty space.
into Tennessee territory as they start their counterattack.
Lee Bogich on the attack here.
Tennessee
Tennessee kicks
kicking
away.
back,
to
but Alabama in position. Jacob Rule, I'm sorry,
Ben Betchel.
Ben Bechtel is there to start the Alabama counter. They maintain possession of the ball.
About
Four
just
and a half minutes left in the first overtime half. One of the Alabama substitutes, big lad, pounding the ball up. They go back to their ground and pound style, which scored them points in the first and second half. And by maintaining possession, controlling possession, and going forward, they will be hard to beat. Alabama controlling the ball. Up goes Jack Murphy again.
Alabama
Hand off
continuing
there.
to offloads. The remains near midfield.
Up they come again with some powerful running.
Solid forward
Go to
play.
ground. Controlling the ball, set the ruck. And then number 4, Wyatt Visca, pounding it up. But knocked the
With
ball
the
on.
knock, Tennessee now recovers with a scrum.
winding down in the first half of overtime. And
Temper's
this
getting short here at the end of the game, but as you can well imagine.
they're going to leave all their heart on the field, Ken, as they try to go into the championship game tomorrow.
It's going to be tough for whoever wins this game to come back up against Carolina. Carolina with relatively
Dominating.
easy, dominating game. Yeah, they should be in great shape for whoever wins this one. But whoever wins this one has played great heart, and Alabama have turned it over again. Then they're turning it right back. No, hands, I believe hands.
Penalty award to Alabama. Tennessee not
Hands
kicked
in the
away,
ruck.
now getting back 10. Anticipating the
Just
kick.
over 2.5 minutes left. 20-27, your score still.
Come on, UT! Let's take it back!
Oh, I believe it was knocked back, so they
The ball was off his foot. It remains good. Possession still with Alabama. Getting it back to pod play.
Jack Murphy, these I say again, the tight 5 for Alabama have truly played a great game. They've worked hard.
It came together as a team, really coordinated their efforts for sure, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Need the ball! Yeah!
Here we go. Alabama,
That's it.
Outside with
All the way in.
defender.
they scored
For
their
the try.
second try in the first half of
Try is
overtime.
awarded.
Takes the score to 32-20 with a minute and a half left in overtime. In the first half of overtime. Do not count out Tennessee because they can come back quickly. They've got speed.
They can
These
definitely turn
Alabama
it around.
boys are going to be tired, but they're not going to. That second try is going to give them a little more adrenaline.
Both teams trying to get this game over with before the sun fully sets and the temperature really starts to drop here in Columbia.
The lights are not on yet, but may not be long.
Some of the
Zoe McCullough here attempting a long distance conversion close to the sideline. That one is going to be to the right, so the score remains Alabama 32, Tennessee 20.
under a minute to go in the first half of overtime as Alabama is set to receive the kick. Some of the South Carolina Gamecock players have made their way back to the field to watch the action and see who they might be playing tomorrow.
Let's go! He's fighting! Stay on.
Good high kick by Tennessee, and Alabama control it
It
there.
is good. Alabama continues with forward play.
Number 8, Josh Landon had a good game today too. And Alabama, again, he pounded up.
Josh
Controlling
Lynn,
possession.
critical member of the squad out there.
Dropped that ball out, but it went backwards. And have a strong run again from Wyatt Viska. Good long run.
Near the 30.
Alabama go on the attack again. Well into
Another
the
breakaway.
Tennessee half. These Alabama lads are not going to give this one away. Ball knocked forward by Alabama. It'll be Tennessee scrum.
And with the knock by
But that is
Alabama,
the end of the first half of the overtime.
now have a
Players
2-minute
down on the ground. They They've got 10 minutes to go. They are wearing down.
Tennessee
See if
definitely.
Tennessee can come back from a 12-point deficit here.
They really need to get coordinated out there on the field and double up their efforts in order to beat this Crimson Tide today. Already in overtime, 32-20 in favor of the Tide, as Tennessee's trying to do anything they can to find a way to break through and get some points on the board to close up that gap. Yet again, they've already done it in the regular play. They closed up that gap that Alabama created for them. See if they can do it again here in the last 10 minutes of our game.
It's been a great game to watch. Again, I say very different from that first one, but they're putting it all out there. They didn't come this far to lay down.
Exactly. Both teams, all four teams today playing with pretty good discipline, save a couple of things on Mississippi State's side. You know, a lot of infractions on their part there. But otherwise, a very disciplined game on both sides of the ball in both games today. So, you know, it's been a great day for rugby.
Well, it might just be that the discipline in this final 10 minutes will be the difference. But
It does make all the difference in the game like this, especially with so much on the line.
sometimes the energy might not be there to maintain the discipline, but it won't be for lack of heart.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's really going to stop the Crimson Tide today is their legs just physically giving out. They have put everything out there on the field today as far as conditioning and athleticism are concerned. Definitely earn their spot tomorrow if they can hold it here.
Michelle, we'll see if this is going to be the final 10 minutes or Tennessee can still tie it up with 12 points, but I don't think either team is looking for anything but a win.
Losing the sun behind the building here, although most of the field is still saturated.
Second half of overtime, your score remains
Plenty of light left to play. At least we'll have 10 minutes left of good light. So
Good high kick from Tennessee. Knocked
Tennessee
forward by
takes off.
Tennessee.
So knocks it on.
The
Turning over to
Alabama ball.
Near the
Alabama
22.
scrum to restart play.
Go Pack! Let's go, we're here!
both teams setting the scrum as Sean Murray feeds the ball. Tennessee comes up with a possession. Tennessee's player there maintaining possession of the ball, maintaining control. See them break right here in a second as they set up their try in this second half of overtime.
Advantage awarded
There they
to
go.
Tennessee.
Throwing it
Now
out, but
inside the 22 of Alabama.
continual good tackling by Alabama.
Advantage Advantage to not gain. Now bringing it back to the line. Penalty awarded
Referee
to
had-
Tennessee.
The chairs are going to go up after this game, is what he's saying.
Had been playing advantage, so it's a Tennessee penalty. He can get into touch. Oh, and a mistake by Tennessee. I believe the ball went over the dead ball line, so big mistake by Tennessee. Alabama get to restart play from the 22. Tennessee trying to put the ball down close to the line and restart with the line out, but kicked it too far. Alabama put it up high, and the ball comes back to Alabama.
Advantage awarded to Alabama.
They control the ball again.
By Tennessee.
Nick Dekluski on the receiving end there. Botched the catch, batted it back towards Alabama, giving them possession.
Go, Logan, let's
It's
steal
tight
it.
five of Matthew Lund and Jonathan Brothers and Daniel Depperschmidt, Patrick Lynch, and Clark run themselves
Come on, Logan. Go,
to a
Pack.
stop today. One more scrum for Alabama. Tennessee look like they've won the ball, pushing.
Thank you.
Penalty awarded to Tennessee.
Looks like he's penalized Alabama for hands.
6.5
This time
minutes
they-
left in the second half of overtime here at SCRC Championship game on Strom Field.
Nick Dawson puts it out this time, so Tennessee are back on the attack. Still a lot of time, Sean.
Plenty of time for really anything to happen in this one.
Ball controlled by
Tennessee brings it down
Tennessee.
and goes straight to a
Straight to
ball.
the maul.
Now 5 meters out. Still
Good
advancing.
push for Tennessee there.
Great strong push. The ball
Tennessee
straight
gets it
out.
wide.
Good low tackle. And they turned it over. Alabama taking the ball back,
Alabama turns it over.
running it out, throwing the ball around this time. Tennessee holding them up. If they can hold him up, they'll turn it over, but Alabama holding onto the ball, going back to this style of pounding it up.
It worked very
Time
well
working
for him.
off the clock, coming down to 5 minutes. This time, fullback
Alabama
Ben
kicks
Bechtel
away.
kicks it away,
Now at
but
midfield, Tennessee recovers.
Tennessee are countering. They've got a
Switching to the other
strong
side of the field.
counterattack going here. Alabama up to the task at the moment. The ball
And with
knocked
a knock
forward by
Tennessee, we will
Tennessee, so
scrum
it
down
comes
to
back to an Alabama scrum.
Right inside the 22.
Come on, UT, let's keep it going.
Both teams putting up a valiant effort here for the win, knowing that tomorrow they will head out to see South Carolina on the same field for the SCRC Championship.
Coach Jeff Mason standing here, interested in the Carolina coach, interested in the result of this game. Coach, who are you hoping will win this one?
Looks like a foregone conclusion at the moment. Looks like Alabama's got this one taken.
Coach saying Alabama has it sewn up here, 32-20 with 4 minutes left in the second half of overtime here.
This time, Ben Bechtel's kick
This ball.
is run down by Tennessee. Should be an Alabama ball. Close to their line though. They've had trouble with the lineouts. low throw.
Based on all the hype from Tennessee coming into this game,
Attempted to kick it out, but they kicked it straight to Luke Dyson.
you would think Tennessee
had the overlap, but decided to hold on to the ball. Continue to attack the Alabama line. 3 minutes left in the game.
based off
Tennessee driving into the game.
based off all the hype that we had with Tennessee coming into this game with no defeats, it looks like they might find their first win of the season here in the championship game.
I'm not ready to write them off yet, Sean.
Still almost 3 minutes of gameplay,
Looks
so
like
there's time.
They have scored.
And Tennessee strikes one in for the try, bringing it to 25-32, pending the kick.
For Tennessee.
Tennessee's efforts finally paying off for them closing that gap just a little bit more.
Trying to hurry up the kick so that they get the opportunity to attack again. Looks like Luke Dyson lining it up. Alabama will probably try and slow
Kicked it.
down. No, they missed the kick, so there's
Wide right there.
wide right. Alabama will take their time coming back to the midfield to kick off. Just walking up.
Just over a minute and a half left in this second half of overtime here on Strom Rugby Field in Columbia, South Carolina, as the sun continues to set. The temperature continues to drop, and Alabama continues to roll that tide over the Tennessee Volunteers.
Alabama kicks away.
Great kickoff by Alabama, but taken by
Tennessee recovers.
Tennessee. And throwing it out wide. Ball going to ground there. Picked up by
Lee Bogic there with the carry and shaking two defenders.
back on his feet.
And he's not held. He continues all the way to midfield.
Ball comes out though, and it goes to Alabama. Referee playing advantage.
Advantage is awarded to Alabama due to a Tennessee knock.
Referee will
No
rule
advantage game.
scrum to
He'll
Alabama.
scrum down to Alabama at center field.
Coming down into the final
Time off.
minute or so here. The referee has ruled time off for a Tennessee injury.
Looking here at coachesaid.com, I see that this game alone has had over 1,000 views, 1036 total so far. And the game prior to this one had 380. That was South Carolina versus Mississippi State. So we have almost tripled our viewership just over the course of two games today here at SCRC Rugby Championships on Strom Field in beautiful Columbia, South Carolina.
Let's go, Vols, right here, big push.
Tennessee are ready to go again
Big
here.
push here, Vols.
Alabama forwards not giving up in this game. It's their ball, but Tennessee scrum has been punishing today. They've driven Alabama back and looking to do it one more time. Yep. Tennessee driving back again, but the
The ball is
Take him
out.
out.
Alabama still with
Alabama
possession.
has
Come on, Connor, hit this rock, baby, counter up.
forwards have picked it up. And number 10 for Alabama, Patrick Watson,
Tackle.
making a good breaking run.
Alabama continue to get it out wide.
Alabama, though, kicking the ball away down deep into Tennessee territory. A good tackle. And in fact, the ball coming back off, I
Alabama
believe,
has tried.
Luke Dyson, and the Alabama player jumps on the ball or reaches out and puts his hand on the ball and have scored a try to put this game away.
37-25. Alabama.
That will be it, Sean.
And what
Alabama will run this clock out no matter how much time is left. They will take their time on the conversion, and there won't be any time left, I don't believe, on wants this one. What a great effort by both Tennessee and Alabama.
It sure was. And Alabama just playing a solid, consistent rugby match out here today on the field against Tennessee. Tennessee just not being able to live up to the hype coming into it. You know, they came in without any losses. Alabama came in with 2, and they really proved themselves, and they earned that spot tomorrow against South Carolina in the SCRC championships.
Yeah, Alabama put those 2 tries on Tennessee early in the game, and I don't think Tennessee was expecting it.
The kick is no good.
They were able to come back in both halves. It was a great effort by both teams. Congratulations both to Tennessee and to Alabama. Alabama going through to play Carolina tomorrow in the final.
That game will take place at 1:00 p.m. tomorrow, which is Sunday, November 16th, right here on Strom Rugby Field. It'll be South Carolina versus the Alabama Crimson Tide in a beautiful matchup to see who goes to Charlotte, North Carolina for the national championships at the new state-of-the-art rugby center there. And for everyone here at CoachesAid.com and ASBN, for Ken McCarthy on color, thank you very much. I'm Sean Killebrew here saying have a great night and try to stay warm.
Over to the racket chairs.